Welcome to Meaningful Mornings. This week, I listened to a podcast on a child labor crisis in America. If you hear this happening in another country, you feel bad, but you don't expect this in America, especially because a lot of us, we have children. And if you can imagine your child having to do this or that in conditions that are dangerous and deathly, it's even more impactful. In this report, what was shared is, in 2021, 150,000 migrant children came to America alone. And just think of a typical 12-year-old just wandering a city street alone. Now compare that to coming into another country alone. And when they come, they go to an organization called Health and Human Services. How many of you have heard of this before, the HHS? Okay. Now, the HHS is extremely understaffed. And people don't give their time because more resources are needed. The typical relationship in the world, you give me resources, I give you time. And so these children are not being tended to in a holistic way. They're just being sent to this person and that person. And this person and that person needs money. So they make these kids work in factories, in construction, and so on. It was very heartbreaking. It was very impacting to listen to this report for all of the reasons I've stated. And so my mind drifted to socialism. We have such strong notions against people helping others by working hard. We have these very capitalistic notions that if I work hard, I should benefit. In Meaningful Mornings, if you think of socialism, and stop thinking of this politically and economically, think of this philosophically. If I practice socialism, that means I work hard and I get what I want and need, not externally, but internally. If I work hard, I become healthier, I become more patient, I become more disciplined, I become more large-hearted. Everything I want and need, I get from within. And so everything that I get from without, a paycheck, dividends, and so on, that is to be shared with those who don't have this opportunity to work hard, like these 150,000 children, many of whom are in child labor situations, crisis now. Think lots about this. When you work hard and you get, what are you doing with that? I hope in Meaningful Mornings you're resonating with, you don't need anything externally. Stop tricking yourself. Stop lying to yourself that you need anything externally, and start to give to areas of humanity where people are struggling. And I know we all have struggles, but a child labor struggle is something that is surreal for most of us. It's snowing outside. I have to warm up the car. So many problems I have. In verse 49, Shri Krishna uses a beautiful phrase, Prita Manaha. Manaha, one's mind. How should it be? Prita. Prita means cheerful, content. Is your mind like that? It's Monday morning, maybe not. Ask us on Thursday. If your mind is not like that, how can your mind become like that? Nimitta, by practicing instrumentship. When Sri Krishna calls Prince Arjuna by specific names, like Mahabaho, the one who has strong arms, Sabyasachi, the one who can shoot with his left, do you really think Sri Krishna is so crude that he would be describing Prince Arjuna externally? I pointed this out to all of you. So often when I hear people describe another person, the first thing they'll talk about is their physique. That person looks so beautiful. That kid is so cute. That's the least important part of who they are. And that's what you're focused on. Sri Krishna is not like that. He's describing Prince Arjuna as Sabyasachi, sharing that if you become my nimitta, if you practice instrumentship, then whatever weaknesses you have inside of you, those won't be weaknesses. He's identifying that Prince Arjuna is right-handed. He's able to do this with his left. For him, his left hand is his weakness. By practicing being an instrument, one's weaknesses are purged. We continue. We're in the final section of chapter 11. We've explored chapter 11 over many months. It's great that we're completing this, but sad too. What a strange experience Dvaita is. Everything makes you so happy and so sad concurrently. We come back to Sanjaya, this back and forth jugalbandi of philosophy. Sanjaya uvacha ityarjunam vasudevastatoktva swakam rupam darshayamasa bhuyaha ashvasayamasa cha bhitamenam bhutva punaf saumya vapur mahatma. Sanjaya says, iti. Iti implies a conclusion. Arjuna Vasudeva Tata Uktva, to Prince Arjuna, the Vasudeva says. Shri Krishna's father's name is Vasudeva. And so Shri Krishna becomes the child of Vasudeva as Vasudeva. What is special about this chapter, we see this in this verse also, is samvada. Prince Arjuna speaking to Shri Krishna speaking to us, Sanjaya speaking to Dhritarashtra. Vada means to communicate. Am I vadaing with you right now? I'm trying to communicate. Not even I'm trying, I am communicating with you. Samvada is not communicating, it is communing. There's less of a medium there. Communicating, I'm speaking to you. Communing, I don't have to speak to you, correct? When we engage in conflict resolution, when there is a resolve that two people should commune, that relationship becomes closer. Yes. Swami Tejomayananda shared a very unusual insight. If you dislike someone, if you are their enemy, and you find that it doesn't work, then there's a good chance that you'll become a good friend, a best friend of theirs. Because this didn't work, so now you're trying this. That resolution brings people closer. So I'm going to pause here. There are lots of people who join us through Instagram, and I barely know how to use Instagram. And lots of people who join us through Facebook, and I barely know how to use that. I want to know who you are. So everyone on Facebook and Instagram, please type out Shanti in the chat. Here I can see all of you. And I don't just want to communicate with you. I want to commune with you. I want to know who you are. So those who are joining us through Facebook and Instagram, write Shanti. Shanti means peace. So I can see your name at least. Swakam Rupam. This is Prince Arjuna's comfortable form of Shri Krishna. Darshaya Masa Bhuyaha. Again, Shri Krishna shows him. This is Shri Krishna as his cousin, not Shri Krishna as this multiverse. So this is what Shri Krishna has once again showed to Prince Arjuna. What this implies is that Prince Arjuna doesn't know that Shri Krishna is the greatest. He doesn't know that Shri Krishna is God. If he knew this fully, he would simply accept and appreciate being in that presence. What's the theme of chapter 11? Presence. He doesn't know enough of the greatest or God. I feel a lot of us are like that with our trust triangle. I feel like I was like that with our trust triangle. I am no longer like that. When I was with Pujya Swami Tejomayananda recently, he said, Kya samachare, which means, what do you want to tell me? And I said, nothing. I'm just here for Shravana. I just want to listen or be in the presence of the trust triangle. Because it's not about me. Namaha Vivek. It's not about me. What don't you already know? What am I doing that's going to be better than you that I should tell you so you like me more? It's absurd. Just listen. Ashvasaya masa chabhita menam. And Sri Krishna consoles Prince Arjuna. Whatever fear he's experiencing, that fear is slowly released. Let's check in with all of you. In the chat, what are Prince Arjuna's 3 struggles? Very technical terms. Starting with moha or confusion, which then triggers, you can just mouth it and you can't be wrong then. See, Vivekji, we're also communing. Bhaya or fear, correct? And shoka or sadness, that's correct. With Prince Arjuna, his vision of Sri Krishna fades because of Bhaya. Who is Sanjaya speaking to right now, in addition to you? Dhritarashtra. Remember, there's multiple scenes in the Bhagavad Gita. Dhritarashtra's vision of Sri Krishna fades because of sadness. Prince Arjuna, fear. Dhritarashtra, sadness. Why is he sad? He knows he's wrong. He supported the wrong cause. And now what's going to happen to the wrong cause? This is the Vishwarupa Shri Krishna has shared. I've come to protect and correct. He's come to correct Dhritarashtra and all those who have lived in a wrong way. The implication for us, the more virtuous you are, the less you will need to change your context. Prince Arjuna lacks courage, so he's trying to change what he's seeing. But if you're virtuous, if you're courageous, if it's snowing, good. If people like you, good. And you just go to the opposite. If it's not snowing, good. If people don't like you, good. Bhutva punaf Saumya Vapur Mahatma. It is Sri Krishna's compassion by which he once again assumes this gentle form. What's so lovely about Sri Krishna is everything, but specifically here, is that he never gives up on Prince Arjuna. And also what is special about Prince Arjuna is he never gives up on Sri Krishna. He's saying, I want to leave. I'm just not understanding you enough, so help me understand you. Hence why there's 7 more chapters. Neither gives up on each other. And really, Prince Arjuna is not giving up is because Sri Krishna is not giving up. From inspiration to application, your application was to close your blinds and open them, your eyes and open them, your heart and open them. How many of you tried this? We can't open our closed hearts. You keep communicating. We don't have to commune. See, I had shared with you, Kripa is ever. It is Sat, which means it is ever existent. If you don't feel, if you're not communing with this Kripa, is because we are Mithya, which means wavering. We have a wavering openness, a wavering clarity. But I assure every one of you, I'm personally assuring you, you, me, we do not know how the grace upon us is the greatest, is godly. Please remember this verse about Prince Arjuna not knowing Sri Krishna is the greatest, is God. We are like that too, and we mustn't be like that. Be ever open and clear. Your application for this morning, the way the whole, that is Sri Krishna, is ever serving, ever loving the part. That's me, you. Do you acknowledge that? The whole is ever serving and loving the part. You make a plan and implement this plan that if the whole is caring for the part that much, shouldn't the part care for another part that much? Care for all parts. Care for those migrant children. Not care about external materials to get what you want internally that is immaterial. So play your part. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be safe, be sound, be serene, be joy.